Welcome you all. In this video lecture, let us understand how to solve the numericals that are connected to the internal flow due to convection. The internal flow of the fluid generally occur in any heat exchangers where either air, water or some refrigerant will be flowing. And also, we have noticed there is a AC duct or the duct which are being used for passing the air circulation will be either circular position or it in a cylindrical orientation. So, in this video lecture, we are going to understand how the numerical has to be dealt in internal flow. The first numerical which has been mentioned here is water at 20 degree centigrade is heated by passing it through a tube. Surface of the tube is maintained at 90 degree centigrade. The diameter of the tube is 4 centimeter and the length is 9 meter. Find the mass flow rate of the water so that the exit temperature of the water will be 60 degrees centigrade and properties have been given, that is a rho, that is density, is equal to 993 kg per meter cube. Specific heat or Cp is equal to 4.17 kilojoule per kg. Thermal conductivity K is a 0.61 watt per meter, and viscosity, that is kinematic viscosity, is 0.65 10 to the power minus 6 meter square per second. And use the correlation. The correlation has been also be given, that is Nusselt number is equal to here the 0 point, that part is missing over here. So that is a, it is a 0.023 into Reynolds number to the power 0.8 and Prandtl to the power 0.4. So if you observe the problem here, it is a heat exchanger. So the temperature difference between the two body has to be found out by using LMTD, right? So the temperature inlet and outlet has been mentioned. So we have to use the LMTD. Moreover, the diameter of the tube is given in centimeter, it should be in meter, and length is a 9 meter. We can proceed with the diagram. Since the properties of the fluid, that is in this case is the water, which is already given, otherwise we have to refer these properties from the from the steam or a heat exchanger data handbook. So we have to, the first step is making the energy balance. So what is energy balance? We know that energy balance is a heat gained heat gained by water should be equal to heat transferred to the water, heat that has been transferred to the transferred to the water from the tube surface, right? From the tube surface. So that is equal to Q is equal to mass into specific heat into temperature difference. That is the temperature of the wall outlet to the temperature of the wall inlet. So this can be written as a HI into surface area. This one A is nothing but a surface area and LMTD, because we are talking about three temperatures which has been given, and it is nothing but the LMTD. right? The inlet temperature is given, surface temperature is given, overall the exit temperature also given, where LMTD is equal to, that is log mean temperature difference, is equal to T inlet minus T outlet. We have simplified this form from which is from the heat exchanger, right? It is not exactly what is here. So accordingly, we can write that is the surface temperature minus 20 degree, 90 degree minus 20 degree, that is 70 degree we have to consider over here, minus and even for the uh, outlet temperature 90 minus 60, that is 30 degree you have to consider over here, and that is a, because the surface temperature has been given over here, and here it is a 70 divided by 30 we can use. So we'll get the temperature as a 49.6 degrees centigrade, or that is also in, if you want in Kelvin, it is a 322.6 Kelvin. So the doubt comes is why we have used 70 and we have used 30 degree. To clarify that one, the surface temperature has been given. The surface temperature that has been given, which is a 90 degrees centigrade. So the inlet temperature we have to 90 minus 20, that comes to be 70 degree. Similarly, since the surface temperature is given, the outlet temperature is a 90 uh, minus 60, that is equal to 30 degree we can use over here. To find out the surface area, that is equal to the shape of the given heat exchanger is cylindrical, that's why we can use a pi dl. Accordingly, pi into diameter is a 4 centimeter has been given. So to check that one, into 4 meter, centimeter to meter, I can use in the denominator 100 to conversion, and 9 meter, which is given in meter. So I can find out the area, and it comes to be 1.13 meter square. Next one, we have to find out the mass flow rate. To find out the mass flow rate, we have the formula for the mass flow rate is equal to pi by 4 into d square into velocity, and it is the density. And this equation we have already discussed in a the unit called 2 in the that is in the Biot number, how this formula comes. And moreover, in the data handbook this formula is available. One can use in a whenever the mass flow rate is given in the problem. Therefore, if you we can use this equation as a rho into du infinity by mu, it is equal to 4 into mass flow rate into pi d by mu. So hence the Reynolds number Re is equal to, if you check very carefully on the both the sides, we can write that as a 4 mass into pi du is the. Therefore, the Prandtl number, if I have to find out the Prandtl number by using the correlation, or by directly I can use, but once to check how the correlation can be used by using a correlation to find out the Prandtl number. Otherwise, we can directly use it from the handbook. So this is the relation or the for the Prandtl number. Since we know the density and kinematic viscosity, we can use, instead of mu, we can write a rho into kinematic viscosity divided by thermal conductivity K, and that turns to be 99.3 into 0.65 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 4170 divided by K value, that is a 0.61, and the Prandtl number comes to be 4.41. There may be slight variation when we refer this Prandtl number with the data handbook, but it's okay. To next one, to find out the Nusselt number. To find out the Nusselt number, we can use the correlation, the convective heat transfer coefficient into diameter by K, right? Or we can use uh, since we can equate that one to 0.023 and 4 into mass flow rate by pi d into mu to the power 0.8 and Prandtl. So here it is a Prandtl to the power 0.4. Let us substitute the values so that we can find out the Nusselt number. Nusselt number is already I think we are supposed to find out the HA value directly if I correlate the Nusselt number with the given correlation. So accordingly, we can use HI into 0.04 divided by 0.61 is equal to 0.023 into 4m divided by pi into 0.04, that is the uh, diameter, and to find out the viscosity we are using these values over here to the power zero point 0.8, and that has to be multiplied with the Prandtl number, that turns to be 1.8 when you use the power 4.41 to the power 0.04. Now we can still simplify this as a 0.023 into mass flow rate into 49316 to the power 0.8 into 1.8. Therefore, the HI value turns to be 0.61 into 0.023 divided by 4 divided by 0.04. We have got this from the left hand side of the equation into 1.8 into 5680.5 to the power into m to the power zero point 0.8. So on simplification, we get that as a 3586.41 to the m to the power zero point 0.8. So we got this value. If we substitute HI in equation 1, we have not mentioned the equation 1, or what we used, that is the heat gained by the water to the heat lost by the, that is Q is equal to MC. If I use that correlation over there, that is M into Cp into delta T, we can find out the mass flow rate. So here, on doing that one, mass flow rate M is equal to 4170 into 60 minus 20 is equal to 3586.4 to the power m to the power 8, 1.13 into 49.6, or m to the power zero point 0.2, since one side it is 1 to the power 1 and other side a point, by using the our logarithmic values, we can substitute over here and we can find out this value as a such, that is a 3586.4 into 1.13 into 49.6 divided by 4170 into 40. So that value turns to be 1.205. And using, if I to take the power, that is 1.205 to the power 1 by zero point 0.2, the mass flow rate comes to be 2.54 kg per second. That is the value which is required over here. The next numerical is water at 30 degrees centigrade enters 1 centimeter dia tube with a velocity of 1 meter per second. The tube surface is maintained at 90 degrees centigrade. Find the tube length required to heat the water at 50 degrees centigrade. In this problem, like earlier one, the properties are not given. We are supposed to find out the properties. And moreover, the surface temperature has been given, means we can see the three temperatures in a problem. So we have to use the LMTD concept. LMTD concept means the 90 degree minus 30 degree can be used for a theta I, and 90 minus 50, that is a 40 degree, can be used for a theta naught in our LMTD calculation. So the properties, we are supposed to take the properties for 40 degree centigrade. So it is because the inlet is 30 and outlet is 50 divided by 2. So it is a, we are supposed to take the 40 degree 40 degree temperature and properties of water, because the fluid is a water. From using the data handbook, we can find out the properties as density is equal to water 992.2 kg per meter cube, and Cp value is equal to 414174 joule per kg degree centigrade. Thermal conductivity K is equal to 0.634 watt per meter degree centigrade, and viscosity can be 0.659 into 10 to the power minus 6 meters square per second. Once the property has been taken up, we are supposed to take the, we can use heat, that is gained by water. Heat gained by water should be, can be calculated as a Q is equal to M of the water, Cp of the water, and the temperature difference, that is a T outlet minus T inlet. And also we can use the, to find out the mass flow rate. Mass flow rate can be used by find out the mass flow rate is can be found out by area into, here this area is a not surface area, it is a cross sectional area, because whenever we are talking about the flow, it flows to the particular cross section, it is not to flows to the surface. So it is a cross section area into uh, cross section area into the diameter square, right? The diameter is given here, diameter square into the length, right? Into the length, into length, here it is a, if it is not given, we can take that as a 1 meter, right? 1 meter. Uh, of course, here it is a given, so it is not a, length, it is a into the velocity and density, right? Velocity into density. Substituting the values, we'll get so the mass flow rate can be done by pi pi by 4 into 0.01 to the square, and velocity is 1 and density is 992.2. It turns to be 0.078 kg per second. Once that is done, I can suppose to find out the Q value, that is equal to 0.078 into 4174 into 50 minus 30. That comes to be 6511.5 watt. So If that is done, I can equate that to the our convective heat transfer coefficient Q value. That is a Q is equal to H into A into LMTD. Of course, we are supposed to find out the LMTD, and here is the surface area. It is not the cross-sectional area. That is a, in this case, it is a pi dl because the shape is a cylinder. Let us see what is LMTD. That is a logarithm mean temperature difference. I can use theta I minus theta naught divided by ln theta I minus theta naught. So as I told earlier, theta I here is a 60 degree, right? From where we got 60 degree, that is 90 minus 30, that is a 60 degree centigrade, and theta naught is equal to, once again, 90 minus 50, I'll get a, it is a 40 degree centigrade. If we use this one, I can find out the LMTD value. And LMTD comes to be, LMTD comes to be 60 minus 40 divided by ln 60 divided by 40. That is equal to 20 divided by 0.405, that is equal to 49.4 degree centigrade. Average heat transfer coefficient, to find out the average heat transfer coefficient H value, that is a, I can use the relation K by D into 0.023 to the Reynolds to the power zero point 0.8 and Prandtl to the power 0.4. This is actually our correlation for a Nusselt number, right? So from there we got this correlation, that for internal flow, Nusselt number is equal to 0.023 Reynolds to the power 0.8 and Prandtl to the power zero point 0.4. From that we have got, and we know that Nusselt number is equal to HD by K, right? So reshuffling that way, we got this, we have got this correlation. I hope it is clear. So once that is done, I can to find out the Reynolds number. So here Reynolds number is unknown. I can use the Reynolds number by finding out diameter, that is 0.01 into velocity, that is 1, by viscosity, that is the kinematic viscosity, 0.659 into 10 to the power minus 6. Once that is done, I'll get the Reynolds number to be 15175, and to find out the Prandtl number, I can use mu Cp by K, that is equal to, or I can use that is equal to rho into kinematic viscosity into Cp by K. So that turns to be 992.2 into 0.659 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 4174 divided by 0.634, and the Prandtl number comes to be 0.43. So Prandtl number is a it is a 4.3. Then we can find out the H value, that is equal to 0.634 divided by 0.01 into 0.023 to the Reynolds number 15175 to the power zero point 0.8 and Prandtl 4.3 to the power zero point 0.4. By substituting these values, we get the H value as a 5782.4 watt per meter square degree centigrade. So equating this value on our earlier equation, right, that is equal to Q value, right? We have the Q value, we got the Q as is equal to 6511.5, right? Equating that to the our convective formula, that is HA into delta T. So here we got the H value as a 5782.4. Area is a nothing, here is surface area pi del, where we are supposed to find out the length into temperature difference. The temperature difference we can use that as 50 um, minus 30. So inlet minus 30. So 50 minus 30 we can use. On substituting this value, we can see this is up to 6511.5. So we'll get the L value to be 0.7256 meter, which also can be represented as a 72.56 centimeter. The next problem is the engine oil is cooled from 100 degree centigrade to 60 degree centigrade, flowing at a mean velocity u m is equal to 0.02 meter per second through a circular tube of inside diameter 2.5 centimeter. The tube wall is maintained at a uniform temperature of 40 degrees centigrade. Determine the tube length. Here, the bulk temperature Tm, if I am supposed to find out the Tm or the bulk mean temperature, we can use this one 100 plus 60 divided by 2, that is equal to 80 degrees centigrade for engine oil. For engine oil. For that one, if I refer the data handbook, the properties will be density will be 852.02 kg per meter cube. Specific heat will be 2131 joule per kg degree centigrade. Prandtl number will be 490 and viscosity will be 0.375 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square per second, and K value, that is thermal conductivity, will be 0.138 watt per meter Kelvin. To find out the Reynolds number is equal to UMD by nu, that is equal to 0.02 into 0.025 divided by 0.375 into 10 to the power minus 4, it turns to be 13.33. Hence, the flow is a laminar. The flow we got is a laminar one. Considering this as a simultaneously developing flow, we can use the relation Gz is equal to, that is a relation. This relation is available in your data handbook, that is a L by D. So we know that the values that is equal to Reynolds number is equal to 13.33 into 490, that is a Prandtl number, divided by L by D. L by D. So if I use the diameter over there, I can write this as a 13.33 into 490 by L into, so if I take the denominator D to the numerator, then I'll get the value as the 163.3 divided by L. Making energy balance for L, we can write that as a mass flow rate into Cp into delta T is equal to H mean, that is for the bulk, and area, here it is of course this is surface area, and delta Tm, that is a temperature difference, or it is a LMTD in this case, because the three temperatures have been mentioned over here. So we know that the mass flow rate can be given as a pi by 4 into d square into rho into um with the Cp value, and delta T is a temperature difference Ti minus T naught is equal to H mean into, here area is pi dl into mean temperature, or it is a LMTD. Let us see the LMTD. To find out the LMTD, we can use the relation once again, right? It is a I can use to find out the LMTD by Ti minus T naught divided by ln or log to the function Ti Tw divided by T naught minus Tw. So on substitution, we'll get this value as a 100 minus a 60 divided by ln 100 minus a 40 divided by 60 minus a 40, and this value turns to be 36.41. So substituting that LMTD value in our earlier equation, that is the balancing equation, heat balancing equation, we can write that as a pi by 4 into 0.25 square into 852.02 into 0.022131 100 minus 60 should be equal to other side mean heat transfer coefficient into area, that is pi d 0.025. L is of course unknown, which we are supposed to find out, into our LMTD temperature, that is 36.41 degrees centigrade. Therefore, HM into L is equal to 249.33. Or we can also write this one in other pattern, that is equal to Hm d by k. What I have done, I have multiplied by d diameter and k, and I am going to divide it by k by d, to balance it into L. This is exercise is done only because I have certain values of k and d. That is this is equal to 249.33. So, if I have to use this relation, it will be diameter is equal to 249.33 divided by 0.138 into 0.025 is equal to 45.17, right? So now I can use the correlation as a this is very rarely used, but to see how the application of this has been used in HMT, I have taken this equation, but you can solve this problem in a earlier pattern. But to some textbook are referring this equation also. To make familiar, I have taken this equation from the data handbook, and that is equal to 45.17 by L is equal to 1.86 into this number we have just found out as a 163.3 by L to the power 1 by 3, and 0.032 divided by 0.21 to the power 0.14, right? Therefore, L is equal to 5.78 to the power 3 by 2, or L on simplification we will get a 13.9 meter. That is the required length.